If you are following along with the PMBOK Guide 6th edition, Estimate Activity Durations is Process 6.4, where the Planning Process Group and Project Schedule Management knowledge areas intersect. The inputs, tools and techniques, and outputs are in Figure 6-12. An estimate is more than just a guess. You need to use carefully selected information to calculate an unknown result. When you begin building a project schedule, you need to estimate how long each activity in the project will take. To do this as accurately as possible, you need to gather information from a range of sources. These sources are the inputs for the Estimate Activity Durations process. The first input is information from the Project Management Plan. This includes the Schedule Management Plan and Scope Baseline. The Schedule Management Plan details the method to be used for estimating durations and the level of accuracy that the estimates will contain. And the Scope Baseline includes the WBS Dictionary, which outlines relevant information about influences on estimates. Another input is Project Documents, which includes many different items. Activity attributes describe the requirements or limitations on specific activities. They include assumptions and constraints about the timing and location of activities. They can also identify who will be responsible for each activity. These factors affect duration estimates. For example, if a person assigned to an activity can only work 5 hours per day, the duration estimate needs to take this into account. The project activity list identifies work tasks that you need to include in the project schedule. Only activities that are within the scope of the project should appear on this list. These are the activities for which durations will be estimated. Resource calendars show the people, equipment, and materials that can be assigned to activities. Specific types of workers or equipment may be more efficient than others in completing an activity, and this affects duration estimates. It's not so much the availability or unavailability of resources, but rather the resource capabilities or skills that make the difference in terms of duration estimates. The resource breakdown structure provides a hierarchical structure of the resources that will be used to carry out activities. It can be useful as a structure for organizing activity duration estimates according to resource utilization. The risk register provides activity-related information that may impact durations. This includes assumptions made about activities, as well as any constraints that exist for carrying out activities. For example, an essential piece of equipment may be available for a specific 3-week period. Other types of project documents that may be used include the assumption log, the lessons learned register, the milestone list, project team assignments, and resource requirements. Enterprise Environmental Factors, or EEFs, are another input to estimating activity durations. EEFs reflect the external environment factors and internal organizational environmental factors that can affect the success of a project. These factors can influence resource availability. External factors that can influence duration are regulations imposed by government agencies or the limitation of materials and equipment selected for the job. Information about the effect of environmental factors may be gathered from commercially available estimating databases or from the organization's own records. An organization's rules, methods, and practices for conducting its work can affect how long project activities will take. Relevant organizational process assets, the last input for the Estimate Activity Durations process, include historical duration information, project calendars, estimating policies, scheduling methodology, and the lessons learned repository.